yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so what are we seeing today on the charts, guys? Very interesting spot to be in the markets here. So we're in this daily fair value gap. I've showed you guys it before, but it's actually quite large. And we just swept obvious buy side, okay? Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. Sorry for the late start. I had to deal with something. But I was listening to a call and I was trying to type to you guys at the same time. But guys, so today, very interesting day in the markets. Keep in mind, over the last 2 days, basically 3 days, we've had massive movement in the markets, right? We had this huge wick that recovered us. Huge green candle yesterday. We've traded down into the daily candle, and this is probably going to pump us. Now, do I know that for sure? Absolutely not. Because we're also in a daily fair value gap, and we swept very strong buy-side liquidity. So we could easily retrace today. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. And as far as targets, there's not really much for me to target, right? There's a daily fair value gap we can target to the upside. There's no new week opening gaps up here. So it's kind of like no man's land, to be honest. I don't know where we're really going to head. So I don't know what I'm going to expect exactly today. Now, we do have the TGIF setup, and if those of you guys who are in the Discord who have watched the video, you guys know that the TGIF setup is super important, and we can easily get the retracement today. So that would be to the 20, 25, and 30% retracements, okay? We are super bullish today, don't get me wrong. Whoops. So there is a possibility this doesn't happen, okay? It's not a guarantee, so I'm not just gonna like do everything in my power to try and take a short setup down to these retracements. However, it's still possible that this happens today, so we're going to see what we get. I don't see anything A+ right now. We did come close to midnight. We have swept buy-side liquidity here, but there was no A+ short setup, right? Where's the IFEG here? On top step, there might be a 15 or a 30 second. I haven't even logged in my top step yet. Let's see what we have there. It actually could be a good 30 second going on right now. You know? No 30 second. Let's look at the 15 second. The 15 second actually does have something going on here. This was market open? No, it wasn't. Was there news at 9:55? Let's go to the calendar. Yeah, it looks like we're dumping here. There wasn't any news, so I don't know what these wicks are, but it is the 30 second, so anything can happen. I will say though, guys, we do have perfect equal lows right here. So I would not be surprised to see those hit right now. CPI. What's CPI, bro? CPI was on Wednesday. So the 20%, 25, and 30% are down here at 22,014, 21,997, and 21,939. So it's definitely possible we can go there. That was a trade from yesterday. Let me just delete all my drawings here. Yeah, it's definitely possible we can go back to this range. Definitely possible. But I need to see something really A+. Yeah, it was core retail sales, but that was at 8:30, so that wasn't that 15-second candle just happened. That's not something that happened at 8:30, guys. We've already... Oh, no, we haven't swept the data low yet. So data low is down here. Label that as a data low. So we haven't swept the data lows. We haven't swept equal lows. We do have 8:30 open here. And then we have, obviously, the New York or pre-market session low down here. Yo, what's up, Charlie? Good morning, bro. Good morning, brother. And we have a 5-minute fair value gap right here. So if this ends up closing below, guys, I don't think this is a bad short, to be honest. I want to see a little bit more price action today to see what we're going to get. It could also, guys, be a buy day. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't. A TGIF setup does not have to occur, especially when we're in a very bullish market. Like right now, this is extremely bullish. We had a huge buy day yesterday. We have a lot of low resistance liquidity here. Let me see if there's any equal highs that I'm missing, because those could be a target for today as well. Again, guys, I'm not gonna, as always, I always say this, but I'm not gonna rush into a trade today, especially because we've had a great week, right? We had a big winning day yesterday, a pretty big winning day the day before, so not going to be rushing to take any trades, especially on a Friday. Don't want to go into the weekend with a loss or a bad mindset, right? So we do have a 1 minute IFEG here. Is this A+? No, it is not at all. But we didn't sweep any liquidity here. But we do have midnight opening price that we just missed. So I would not be surprised to see this hit, right? So let's see if that ends up filling. But for now, guys, nothing that I see that's A+ personally. Has anybody taken any trades today so far? Anyone taken any trades? Let me change the color of this shit. No trades. K took a trade. K, was it a winning trade? Good A+ IFEG? No front running? So we had a very similar IFEG yesterday, guys. If you guys recall in the morning, again, I thought the bias was higher yesterday, but there was an IFEG here just like this. We didn't sweep any liquidity and it ended up working to the upside and pushing us much higher. So let's see if this ends up being the same. Now the difference is we just swept internal buy side. Excuse me. I don't know if at this point yesterday we did. In fact, we can check and see. It was this IFEG right here. We had swept buy side as well. Interesting, guys. So we swept buy side and then created the IFEG. This one looks a little cleaner to me than the one that we have right now. But let's see if it ends up working. So it's right here, right? It was at the news, the 8:30 news. Wow, why is my nose so itchy? Let's look at the Mag 7 here and see what's going on. AMD, let's go. Guys, I sent an alert. I sent an alert in the Discord to add this between 115 and 106. I think our second ad was at 108. Oh, you sent me the trade case. Sorry, guys. I've been so busy this morning. I haven't had a chance to look at anything. So AMD pumping. I love to see that. With AMD, guys, you can see like all... First of all, we're in this big 3-month fair value gap. And we have all these gaps to the downside that we end up never filling. So like... Or like we'll touch into them and then we'll reject. Here, this gap, we touch into it, we reject. Here, we're touching into the gap. If we reject... I mean, we could easily go down to like 102. That's where my last ad will be. And maybe 93. I'll maybe add a little bit more. But if we can finally break out of this huge trend line down that we've had, that's going to be excellent to go to the upside, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyways, let's go back. All right, so this IFEG ended up working to the upside just like yesterday. Now we just touched midnight. If we can get a short... It's a little bit early in the day, but if we can get a short here, maybe that would be good to the downside. I just don't know what to target today, guys, because... Okay, we do have the hourly high up here. Okay, that is our buy side for the day, so maybe we get a short after that. But we have a huge hourly fair value gap, a huge 4-hour. I just don't know what to target if we're looking for upside trades. So hopefully, you guys, we get a downside move. Wait, what? Oh, and they wicked us, so the IFEG doesn't even look as clean anymore. So I don't even like that for a value gap to the downside. Do 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 do. 15 and 30 second. There are no. 15 second has a nice looking fair value gap, but I'm gonna wait, guys, especially today for a 1 minute setup. I'm not gonna start scalping 15 seconds because I'm not 100% on the draw on liquidity right now. By the way, is my voice loud enough? You guys can hear me okay? Just making sure. So this could, guys, this could be a buy day. I'm not gonna lie. We could go all the way back to all-time highs today. And if we look at the, hold on, let me pull up the daily. Oh, we actually have, no, I wouldn't say all-time highs. My apologies. That's way far. That's a 300-point move. It's possible, but it's unlikely. But on QQQ, we're only $2 away, right? The all-time high is up here. So it's possible, but that's a lot. That's a big move. A little quieter than normal. Should be a little bit louder now. But yeah, I think it's possible we can get a setup intraday down to these equal lows. Then maybe we get a bullish reaction from there. But yeah, we'll have to see, guys. Again, another non-A+ setup working to the downside. No liquidity swept, and then we end up getting a 1 minute IFEG that ends up working to the upside. So you guys can study these, but again, is this A+? In my eyes, no. Apparently there's some dudes on YouTube yesterday talking about how this is their model and they take this IFEG every single time. I'm telling you guys right now, this is not an A+ setup. Though it works great, it happens sometimes, it does work. When there's no liquidity swept to the downside, these can easily be manipulative candles. But because we're in a bullish market, these guys that maybe don't have as much experience with IFEGs take them. I don't know. Maybe they have a different setup. I don't know. But to me that's not a good IFEG. But especially after like an internal high is swept to the upside, just like yesterday, not A+. So, but if we do end up getting the TJF, which I'm gonna have to say it will probably happen, it might happen today, maybe Monday, but if we get it, I would like to see this buy side get swept first on the hourly. Let's draw out the mean threshold of this daily gap, or maybe the 4 hour, because no. Hourly chart. This is tough, guys. Tough. You guys want to try the 30-second short? If we get it right before the hourly high. I don't think it's terrible. There's not really anything below it. Let's check the 15-second. Yeah, it's not half bad. Honestly, it's not that bad. Maybe we try this, guys, if we get it. Alright, I'm going to try this. My stop loss is going to be a close back above. And our TP is going to go all the way down here. This is only on an eval right now, guys. But let's see if it ends up working, right? It's right before the previous all-time high, or the hourly buy side, so it's definitely riskier than normal. but I'm willing to take this as my one trade on this eval. Again, if we close the 30-second back above this, so we didn't close back above here, you can see the body did not close below, then I would get stopped out of the trade. But let's see if this ends up working. Again, it's very difficult to be shorting, guys, in a bullish market like this. I'm not expecting this to work. This is only on an eval, it's not on a cash account. But let's see if it ends up working. I'm going to move my stop a little bit higher just in case we wick. But if a body close happens, I'm going to exit the trade. So was that a body close? No body close below, guys. At least not yet. Now, I know there was no liquidity sweep to the upside, but sometimes what they'll do is they'll leave the market right before that liquidity sweep, and then they'll dump it, and then they'll take us to it later on. So that's what I'm banking on here. Especially because we've had such a bullish week, I don't really want to see continuation right away. So let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm wrong. I would put my stop to break even when this low hits right here. So let's see if we get a good trade here, boys and girls. So we're wicking down into that. Okay, beautiful. If you guys want to move your stop to break even now, you're welcome to. I'm not. I'm actually going to put my stop. Yeah, I'll put it right here. All right, so we're up 42. Let's go, bro. Let's see if we get the full trade here, guys. So it's a free trade now. And we'll see if we end up getting clean delivery to the downside. What can possibly happen too, guys, is they wick this and stop me out, which I'm fine with. I don't care. And we'll see what we get. But hopefully they don't. Hopefully they just come up and touch into this and then they just dump it. Or hopefully they just dump it now, but we'll see. And there's the wick out. So again, guys, this is my model. It's an absolutely free trade. I don't care what happens at this point. We can keep watching it to see. But this could easily close above, and then you get stopped out. But you see how I know where to move my stop? So I know that if we're bullish today and this liquidity gets swept, we're just going to use it to go higher. So I basically move my stop to break even almost immediately so that I know that it's a free trade and I can get either a huge win or a break-even trade. It doesn't matter to me. I don't get emotional if I get stopped out because I know this setup happens day after day after day after day. What if it just came to fill the FEG? What if it did? See, for me, Kay, especially when I'm not 100% certain on the draw on liquidity, if there's what ifs in my mind, I'd rather save my money than be right? I'd rather protect my capital than be right. And in this case, I know with a pretty decent degree of certainty that at minimum this will be a break-even trade. So I move my stop to break even quick, and I let the trade play out. And if it plays out, great. If it does, awesome. If it doesn't, fine. Right? If you're not 100% sure on the draw and liquidity, and especially if you're trying to short right before a buy side area like this hourly high, okay, it's very not smart to not move your stop to break even when liquidity is swept to the downside. So we can see here we actually were bouncing from a little 1 minute fair value gap right here. So, and again, guys, it's a Friday. So this is what I'm talking about. There's a lot of conditions to trading, okay? So if you've had a big week already and it's a Friday, so it looks like they might just stop me out and then move the market lower here, which is what's happening. But that's all right. Again, guys, no FOMO. I don't feel bad that this is happening because if I was wrong, this would have smoked me and I would have lost. So, but this looks like we're probably going to go down now to the equal lows and maybe the sell side. Again, is there an entry now? Absolutely not. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. So I rarely, I've told you guys before, but for those of you who are new, I rarely enter on the same leg of price, especially if you're not 100% confident on the draw and liquidity. And right now, I'm not confident on the draw and liquidity, so I'm definitely not going to enter a second time just because I feel like the market's going to dump now. So on the 32nd, okay, we do have an order block that's forming here, potentially. Don't worry, guys, if you don't know what an order block is, I will cover that in one of the next mentorship videos. By the way, part 2 of the mentorship came out yesterday on YouTube, absolutely free, so you guys can go and watch that video after this if you want. But yeah, look at this clean delivery now. 32nd IFEG. So look at what they did here, okay? This is manipulated. They came back, closed above the IFEG, so it would have stopped out any traders who were trying to short this, and then they dumped it. So sometimes that happens, right? But this is what I'm talking about when I say manipulation in the markets. This setup normally should work. 30-second close, they bring it down, sweep liquidity, bring it up one more time just to make sure people don't win, and then they dump it. So anyone that tells you that they won in this short either is a gambler because they're not respecting their rules, or they don't understand the price action. So if you go on YouTube or on X or on Instagram or whatever, and somebody plays a video about this short today on the 32nd, they're either lying to you because this is a break-even trade, or they're gamblers and they decided that they're just going to hold it. One of those two things. If this even ends up delivering to the downside, we could inverse this one and go up here. So, yeah, let me look at the 5-minute quick. So I actually do like this guy still. So let's say we sweep this high, okay, and we get another inverse. I would still consider taking this short. However, let's say we get the inverse and we dump below this 5-minute fair value gap. This is the last bullish PD array in my view holding up price. Right, if we look at the 3-minute, we have a tiny 3-minute right below it that we will have to be cautious of. But if the 3-minute and the 5-minute close below at the same time, these equal lows are coming, and I would not be surprised if they actually end up dumping the market down to this low, and then potentially down to that 20, 25, and 30% I was talking about from the TGIF setup. So we'll see what we get. As always, guys, patience is key. If you want to try a scalp, I don't think this is half bad. I don't think it's great, but I don't think it's half bad. Like a 1-to-1 with a micro, you're welcome to try this. It's not even a 1-to-1. It's actually better than a 1-to-1. But target up to the highs, and then maybe we get a setup from there. The other possibility is that they just reject it from this 1 minute. I don't know if they'll do that, but... One thing I will say is that bullish fair value gap, bullish IFEGs have been working a lot better than bearish ones recently. And that's just how the market goes, guys. Most of the time the market goes up. 75% of the time the market is bullish. So if you want to improve your trading, one thing you can probably do is focus on using bullish or bearish inverses, or bullish, basically inversing a bearish fair value gap to the long side, being bullish. Will be better, and especially if you can do it in discount of the range. I know I talk about that all the time, guys, but when you're in discount of a range, it's much better to go long. Right now we're in heavy premium, so would not recommend it, but regardless, it probably will still work. So many notifications, bro. Okay, so here's what I will do, guys. Okay, if this ends up closing above, okay, and then we get a bearish red candle right below it, I'm going to short this. This is not the model I normally teach, but it is an inducement candle. So a lot of the times they'll induce people long with an IFEG, and then they'll reverse the market immediately. So if we get a bullish green candle and immediately a bullish red, I'm going to short this. And we'll see if it works or not. So it's not my typical model, but it's basically like, I call it like the IFAG fake out. So a lot of people want to see this high get swept today, but we have to realize we're in heavy premium of the range. And what they'll do is they'll induce a lot of traders to go long, and then they'll immediately reject the market. And if they do that, normally, not always, but most of the time, it ends up being a huge move to the downside. In this case, it would be, let's see, if you enter from here, that's a 55-point move, which is pretty big. So we'll see if we get that. So this candle closes in, give or take, 25 seconds. So let's see if we get a big green candle and then a big red candle right away, closing back below, like engulfing this candle. Okay, so let's see how this red candle, if this ends up closing as a red candle. Again, technically, guys, this is an IFEG to the upside. If you want to take this, you're welcome to. I'm personally not. But you can definitely take it if you want. Your stop to break even will be at this high. Because I'm not trying to take IFEGs in this type of a premium. I'd rather see what I'm looking for, the fake IFEG, and then go down. Okay, 10 seconds left. Okay, so it didn't really close red like I expected, but maybe this candle does it, I don't know. And again, guys, normally I would love this IFEG. I mean, we're not really delivering from anything, but we did sweep like an internal sell side. We have obvious buy side above, but we're in heavy premium. We've been going up for the last 2 days. We have the TGIF set up, so I would prefer to see shorts, but this could work. So if you guys are in this, again, your stop to break even now, in my opinion, would be at this high. Oh, if you really want to, you can move it to this high so you don't get stopped out, but I'm not personally taking this on my live account. Okay, so I would move my stop to break even there. But if this is going to deliver, guys, it should just go all the way up here. We should not stall. Oh, oh. Okay, guys, if we end up closing like down here, I'm going to take this short. Especially if we close back below the IFEG, I think this will be a great short. Again, they could just be moving it down to stop people out who are going to break even quickly, which is fine. But we'll see what happens. Guys, also, if you're in the stream, make sure you like it so other people see it. Guys, is anybody in this IFEG long? Is anyone in this to the upside right now? Who's in this to the upside? Okay, Yeshua's not. I think this is going to be a good sell, I'm not going to lie. If we end up closing down here, guys, I'm going to take this as a sell. Donnie Cash waiting to short. Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, this is technically a decent setup. I'm going to give this a 6. Why? No liquidity was swept. We're not really delivering from any bullish fair value gaps. On the 2-minute, we are. Okay, on the 3-minute, I'll give it maybe a 6.5. But we're in premium of the range. I'm not a huge fan, personally. That's why I'm not taking this on a cash account. Nor am I taking it on an eval. So if this ends up closing down here, guys, I am taking this short, personally. Because I know everyone who's taking this bullish IFEG is going to get wrecked at minimum to this low. If this ends up closing down here. When does this candle close? 30 seconds? Yeah, this doesn't look great for longs, guys. I'm telling you right now. So I need to see the candle close below. I don't want, like, this wick here does not impress me. I need to see a full-bodied red candle. Alright, guys, I do like this. I'm going to move my stop here. This is not a typical trade that I normally take, but I'm going to have my take profit down here. Why did that not register? Alright, so once this low gets swept, I'm moving my stop to break even. But I really think this is probably going to deliver down now. Now, technically, we did not close below the fair value gap, so I don't like that. But I still think this is probably going to work to the downside, at minimum to this low. So we'll see if I'm right. Again, if I get stopped, it's fine. I love this setup because it's kind of like a failed IFEG. It hasn't failed just yet, but I still do like it. I think probably, again, once this low gets swept, or this one, whichever you prefer, you can move your stop to break even. Probably going to move it pretty quick. And again, guys, this is, you're not seeing my actual cash account here, but I do have this on another screen. Just moving. Again, guys, this is very risky. It's not my normal model. I will let you guys know that. But I've seen this work too many times for me not to try it. We're trading into a bearish 1-minute PD right here, so I need to see this hold. If this ends up closing back above, guys, I'll have to cut the trade. But I'm okay with seeing this wick, like you're seeing right here. Trading back into a bearish fair value gap. Okay, I love that wick. Now, I think when this low gets swept, guys, right here, I'm going to move my stop to break even. Okay, so I haven't done it yet. Alright, guys, my stop is now at break even. This is another free trade. So let's see if this ends up delivering all the way down. Again, I might get wicked out here, guys, but again, this is a risky model. And I'd prefer to just have it done this way. So this is just me. This is how I trade personally. You guys can trade however you want. But yeah, this is just based off of screen time. I know a lot of the times this doesn't work when we're at all-time highs. And at minimum, they'll take us down to this low. So if you want, guys, you can sell a contract right here. That's totally up to you. Okay, let me just moving my stop here. I'm going to sell one on my cash account right here if we get it. And then I'm going to hold the other one all the way down to the equal lows. If this is going to be the start of the TGIF setup that I told you guys about, then this is coming too. So we could go even lower than this. So what I'm going to do on this account, on my prop firms, this is not a prop firm, by the way, but I'm going to sell one here if we get it. And then, oh, sell stop. No, buy stop. Sorry, this is a short. And then I'm going to hold the other one probably all the way down here if we get it. And again, if I get wicked out of this trade, guys, I don't care. Okay? So what they could do if this is a bullish day is they leave this low and then they end up delivering us all the way back up. But I have a feeling, guys, that this is going to be the start of a sell program today. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. 3 trades? Yeshua, you said... Didn't I ask if you guys took a trade today and you said no like 2 seconds ago? Maybe it wasn't you, I don't even know. So I will say, guys, we do have a bullish 2-minute fair value gap here. If we close below this, guys, we're going all the way down to this low. So I do like these equal lows, up 700. But again, this could be the reversal spot. So you should, if you guys want to take profits here, at least take a contract off at this low. Bro, I took the short, then the long you called. Oh, you guys took both of those? Okay. True, I didn't even realize that. So what was the third trade? I called 3 trades today? I definitely only called 2, guys. Okay, so there's a big push here, which I'm not a huge fan of. I need to see this 2-minute fair value gap fail. What they can easily do, guys, is come back up and wick me out, which I'm fine with. Again, I don't care. I already took 1 off, guys, on my cash accounts at this low, because if I'm wrong, this is going to completely reverse to the upside. So I've already booked half my profits. I don't care what happens at this point. But on my prop firms, I'm holding all the way down to these equal lows right here on the 1-minute chart, and potentially for a TGIF setup. So again, guys, I've booked profits. I don't care what happens at this point. We could come up and stop me out here, and that's fine. In fact, I'm going to move my stop just up here. So it's going to be a small loss on a prop firm. I can do it on my props here, 1 second. So yeah, basically what I'm expecting here, guys, if the market's going to be bearish, they're going to try and stop out people who got in on this red candle. And then once they get to there, then they'll deliver the market down. And if I'm wrong, obviously this will be bullish and go up. But this is my thought process, guys, right? I'm always thinking about what are the market makers looking to do here? And in my eyes, this could be the start of an intraday sell program. And the objective of these green candles right we're seeing now is to stop traders out who entered short on this red candle right here. And again, could my thesis be wrong? Absolutely. Am I okay with a small loss on prop firms? Sure. That doesn't matter to me. But on my cash accounts, guys, I always book profits soon. Especially when I'm in on with 2 contracts or more. Because, you know, you want to at least book something. You don't want to just let the market go all the way against you. And that's what I like about some prop firms, or most of them, is that the trailing threshold, a lot of people don't like it, but it trains you to become a profitable trader. It trains you to book profits, which is good. But you don't always want to book all your profits, right? You need to let your runners run to end up being ultimately like highly profitable, right? Because you want your RR to be good. So who's in this, guys? Type 1 if you're in this short with me. Again, I know it's not my typical model, but you guys understand the thought process behind it. Most people taking this IFEG long are gonna get wrecked, right? Because we've been bullish for the last few days. They've trained the market to be long, essentially. We took out major buy-side liquidity yesterday on the daily. Wow, you closed it out. Okay, guys, so up 780, up 890, up almost $1,000 now. Let's go. We do have a 30-second IFEG right here and a 1-minute. So if you guys want to book some profits here, I recommend it. However, I think these equal lows are coming. Greg is always in the right direction, bro. When the market is bullish, he's in calls. When the market is bearish, he's in shorts. I love to see it, bro. Greg, I've never seen you be wrong. Have you ever been wrong, Greg? Up 1,000. So guys, I'm taking off one here on my prop firms at these equal lows. Again, it's not perfect. I mean, they are perfect, but this is a wick and a body. Greg always comes in here, bro. He says, I'm in shorts or I'm in calls. Doesn't really say much else, but he's always right. So, yeah. We'll see what happens here, guys. Happens here. This could be the spot where they reverse the market to the upside. I have a feeling they're going all the way down here, and I hope the TGIF fills today. But we'll see. We shall see. Just taking small loss. Okay, so I'm looking at the 30-second chart here. I don't want to see this turn into an IFEG because we'd be delivering from a 30-second, sweeping liquidity, and getting an inverse. That tells me at minimum that this high is coming back. So that would not be optimal. So you guys see how I'm always I'm reading the smaller time frames just to see that the candles are delivering the way I want them to. So like this to me is a pretty great setup on the 30-second to target this high. So I don't want to see this IFEG work to the upside. I want to see this fail. So we'll see if it does fail. So guys, nobody's in this. Warriors for Yeshua was in this short with me. But he already closed it out. Nobody else is in this short. And do you guys see how I literally call out exactly what I want to see before it happens? And when it happens, I execute. I close it with small profits. I have a bad feeling. See, and I love to hear that, Sean. I know that, I mean, I don't love to hear that you closed out for a small profit, but I love to hear that normal people have a bad feeling about shorts. That gives me even more confidence that it's going to work. When the general person has a bad feeling, up 1200, 1260, 1270, if you guys want, guys, you can take a profits at this low here. In fact, I think I might do that on this account. Nah, I'll just hold it. I don't care. I've already booked profits on the cash. On my fundeds, I'm probably... This is not a bad spot to take some profits, guys. I really think so. Because they could leave this low and then just take the market higher. But up to you guys. I think on my fundeds and my prop firms, I'll just leave it. I have a bullish bias and think it all. Okay. That's fine, guys. Whatever you feel. We are trading into this 5-minute IFEG I told you guys about earlier. So we need this. Basically, bulls are praying this is going to hold, right? If this doesn't hold and we close below, then this is coming, like with a high degree of certainty. So we'll see. But again, guys, personally, I have taken profits on half my position in a cash account, and I'm letting the rest run. Okay, because I also agree there is potential for us to sweep this hourly high. So I'm not just fully putting my faith in this closing below. But if it does, then we should book some nice profits here and hopefully get the TGIF, in which case I'll be taking my last profits down here at the New York pre-market low. So the 5-minute candle closes at 45, so we got 2 minutes left. Let's see if we get the close below. So what I'm really hoping, guys, is that they just dump it without even giving anyone an entry on the 5-minute short, but we'll see. And again, the only reason I hope that is because I'm in it already. So I'd rather see clean, strong delivery rather than getting people in, because sometimes they'll close it below and then they'll reverse the market entirely. So you have to be careful when we're at all-time highs. They can do some fake things. Yeah, so again, look, like, guys, this is a 1 minute IFEG that I have failed before in the past, trying to make money to the upside. And I know this setup. I know this kind of model of price action. So I personally look for the inverse. And I called it right before it happened. I told you guys exactly what I was expecting, and look what is happening. I think that's wild. Like, I don't know many people that can do that. But, I mean, if you don't believe me, rewind the tape. Go check back what I said. I literally called exactly what's happening in the market right now. Okay, so we got 30 seconds left on this 5 minute. Another thing they can do, guys, is close it right above the 5 minute. So nobody gets the entry for the short. And then on the next candle, they deliver it all the way down without an entry. So we'll see. But this 5 minute so far still is holding. So not great for my long or for my shorts. I also don't like the wick. But we'll see. There's also a lot of LRLR, I guess. Like you can see the trend line that's forming here, right? So if we end up breaking out of this, then it's probably going to stop me out, which is fine. I don't care. Again, I'm out half in my cash accounts. Everything else I don't care about. Do 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 do. My target on NQ, guys, again, is the TGIF setup. The 20 to 30% retracement of the weekly candle. So 0.2, 0.25, and 0.3. That's 22,014, 21,977, 21,939. Whoops. Let me lock this in place so it doesn't move. And then, of course, my first TP is going to be the perfect equal lows right here, which form from the body of this candle and the wick of this candle, because the body and the wick are identical on this candle, and then the wick here they're basically perfect equal lows. So again, guys, what they could be doing here is bringing the market back up to my entry to stop out traders and then going down. If that happens, again, I'm willing to take a small loss on the eval accounts and the prop firms. But again, I told you guys that you should definitely take some profits here because sometimes they wick the market down and don't take out the low. So that's what's happening right now. And again, what I'm suspecting here, guys, is that they're trying to bring the market up to stop out shorts before bringing it down. Could I be wrong? Yes. But that's my thesis, and I'm willing to take a small loss. Sweep buy side? No, I'm not looking for a buy side sweep. If you guys are like a trend line trader, technically this is a breakout of this trend line. Right now they'll probably look to retest it. I don't know, go down here and then go long. But this looks like a bull flag for a lot of people. It's what is happening. What do you mean, Yeshua? We don't know if buy side liquidity is going to be swept here. I mean, internal buy side, yes, but we don't know if this high is coming. We don't know at all. We have no idea. Warriors for Yeshua says we're going to test the 5-minute IFEG. Oh, yeah, definitely possible. Definitely possible that this 5-minute gets tested. I agree, 100%. In fact, this could be what we inverse to go up. Do I care? No. Again, I've taken profits on accounts that actually matter to me. And everything else here is just for fun. But Warriors for Yeshua is right. We do have a 5-minute fair value gap here, and we're probably coming up to rebalance it. Again, if we close above it, then this position is going to get cooked. but I'm willing to hold into a little bit of drawdown just in case they're trying to stop people out who entered on this red candle right here. Who entered on this red candle right here. How do you take partials? So guys, if you're on TradingView, you right click, you click trade, and you can buy, if you're short, you buy a limit order. So you need more than one contract to take partials, obviously. Now, if you don't want to trade with NQs, you guys can trade with MNQs, which are micros. So 2 NQs would be 20 micros, I believe. Okay, so it looks like I'm probably going to get stopped out here, guys. But this is basically where I want to see price not come back above this high. So we'll see. But again, guys, I've already taken partials on half the position. So let's see what ends up happening here. Again, this is the candle I'm talking about right here. This red candle. I think they're doing this to try and stop out shorts and then they'll deliver it lower. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. But I'm basically looking for the TGIF, and so I want to see this end up being the high, the intraday high. So we'll see if I'm right. Wow, that is crazy. Now, I could still be wrong, right? This might not be a rejection, but it is pretty wild how right after sweeping basically the full entry of this red candle, we see a big red candle. Again, it's wicking, so I could be wrong, but let's see what happens. Greg got stopped out of his shorts. Do 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 do. By the way, guys, I did get stopped out on my cash counts. My cash count was at break even, but on my prop firms, obviously, I'm doing this for a small loss. So on my cash count, I got stopped. I took one partial and got stopped at break even, and the rest I'm just holding here, just in case I get the short. Yep. Wow. Wow. Almost got stopped on that trade, but let's see if it holds. Oh. Oh. No way. Let's see. Still haven't gotten stopped. Wow. Imagine if this ends up being the high. That would be wild. So if this low ends up getting taken out here, guys, I'm going to move this to break even. Because if this ends up sweeping down here first, then we should not come back up. If this ends up forming the high. All right, so there's the stop out, guys. So all my evals and prop firms are out there. So unfortunately on this leg of price, I was probably wrong. Now it's possible that they just came up to sweep this internal high and now they're going to go down, but no, did we close above the 5 minute? Okay, so we did just close above this 5 minute IFEG, guys. I didn't even notice that. But this should deliver us up to the hourly high now. So 21,163, I believe, is what's coming next now. Again, does that mean to chase? So yesterday in the Discord, I called a 5 minute long, and I posted it in the live call out section. And then somebody in the Discord said that they took it like when we were like 75% of the way in profit, just because I said that I think a high is coming. Guys, that is degenerate and it's not smart to do. Do not recommend it. But I do think that this high is coming. Again, that doesn't mean, guys, that you take an entry here, right? The entry was here. And your stop to break even needs to be at this high. So let's say this gets swept and your entry's right here, you're going to get stopped. Like, it's not even worth it to take this trade. I'm a savage. So you guys see how they do that? What I told you guys earlier, sometimes they leave the wick. They go right above it and then they reject or reverse the market the opposite way. So we did just take out this high right here. So travel around the world and you're the only one that's on my mind. No, 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 no. Guys, did anyone start reading the books that I picked up yesterday that I put in the Discord? Volume Price Analysis by Anna Cooling or Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Crickets, bro. When I post books, crickets. Nobody reads, huh? Okay, so this high just got swept. If this high ends up getting swept and we get a nice IFV, like if we close below this IFVG now, guys, I think this is another great short. So short would look like this, right? Entry would be somewhere here. Stop loss would be a 1 minute close back below, and I would target the equal lows. So this is about almost a 5 to 1 RR trade. Again, is it smart to be shorting when we're bullish and we're like in an intraday buy program? Probably not. But this is we're basically in a bearish daily fair value gap. Let me see what the 50% of this is. Okay, so we haven't quite swept 50%. But nonetheless, this is the only bullish PD array that's holding up price. So if we close below this, I think this is a good short. But I think this 50% is likely coming now. And who knows, maybe all-time highs, we'll see. Coinbase is down. Tesla's down 1%, not too bad. What are the best and worst performers? Win is up 9%. Ooh. I think I might... I'm going to talk about this one in the Discord, but I think this is going to be a good swing trade. I think this is going to go up. AMD. PenW's down, Reddit's down, Intel, Oatly. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna post about Win in the Discord soon. Guys, who's green today and who's red? I don't know if it's because it's a Friday, but people are not participating as much in the chat. So I don't know if that's because you guys are upset because you're red or what, but Green 927. Nice, Donnie. What did you take? Did you take one of my callouts or did you take something else? I prefer, guys, if you take your own plays. I prefer that you don't listen to me, right? Take something if you feel strongly about it. But if you guys trade IFEGs, then you probably took the same setup as me. But this 5-minute IFEG looked pretty darn good. Again, no liquidity sweep, but it still looked pretty good to me. Warriors for Shoe is red. I took my own earlier. Nice, bro. Do you trade IFEGs, Donnie, or what's your model? This also looks pretty good, guys. This woman IFEG. If this closes first, then I think this is a good short. And we'll see if we can deliver all the way down here. Still learning. So what model do you take now, Donnie? You said you took a setup on your own. Which model did you take today? Warriors for Shoe, are you being sarcastic? How are you red today, bro? So if this 1 minute closes below, guys, I think I'm going to try this short one more time. Wow, they're doing the thing where they dump it quick. So I think this is going to collapse here, guys. I'm not going to lie. I have a strong feeling. Again, it could react bullshit from this 1 minute. There's no entry here, and I'm not going to take this on a cash count now. I would have needed to see it close down here, but I think this is probably going to dump. This, basically, we're praying this 1 minute holds right now. Do. I think these equal lows are coming. Again, could I be wrong? Absolutely, guys. If this closed here, I would have entered this trade, but it didn't, so I can't enter that, sadly. So you see how we're delivering from this 1 minute, guys? So why would I take this short when we're trading into here, right? Because we could easily hold this and go higher. Luli. Sorry, my dog is probably about to go crazy barking. I have a cleaning lady coming today. So if this low ends up closing below, guys, I don't think this is a bad short. I am probably not going to take this. I'd rather have gotten my entry here, but it still could work. Two of my shorts failed. Warriors for Sure, what shorts did you take? So you've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades today? Not good, bro. You should have been done after 2 trades. I always tell you guys, if you take more than 2 trades in a day, you're probably doing it wrong. We're delivering right now from a bullish 5-minute fair value gap, by the way, so I don't know if this is going to reject. Again, guys, I would have only taken this if the 1-minute closed and my stop would already be at break even. So if you guys want to try this short, I mean, I don't suggest taking it in here in the retracement, but if this ends up closing below this low, then it'll probably work, but we'll see. Do 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 do. Dooley, shh. Sean says, give me long setups. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're close to all-time highs, so I think longs are good, but right now we have equal lows down here. We're in a daily fair value gap. We just swept obvious buy-side liquidity. We're in heavy premium. Would not be surprised if they give us some big down moves just to stop people out. And again, this is technically a 1-minute short, guys, but we traded into here, so I cannot take this trade anymore because we can easily come up and sweep this high again. So we really need to see big down move here. I want to see this low get swept if this is going to be a short. And again, guys, think about the 5-minute chart here. This is a bullish 5-minute gap, so we really, really, really need to see this get closed below if we're bearish here. Otherwise, it's just going to be used. You can see we came all the way down to the low of the 5-minute, filled it, and now we're reacting bullishly. So we need to see this close below to actually validate shorts here. But a lot of people are longing this 5-minute gap, so hopefully it fails. But again, guys, nobody knows for sure yet. But if this closes below, I think this is going to be a good short entry. Do 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 do. Shh. Let me let her out. Hold on, guys. Is there somebody here? Doesn't look like it. All right, so you guys see why I didn't take that short? Again, if the close happened here, I would have done that, moved my stop to break even once this 1 minute got tapped into. And again, guys, technically another 1 minute IFEG here. Again, am I taking these guys? No. But this could be a day where there's just these just all work to the upside. But not for me. So, Warriors for Yeshua. And for those of you guys who are red today, first of all, I didn't call any. Both setups that I took were either break even or a win. But if you took a bunch of trades today and you're on tilt, are you done? Did you log out of your accounts? For those of you who are red, if you've taken more than 2 trades today, please log out of your accounts. There's no reason to be trading. You should be done. Don't try and win back all the money you lost. It's not worth it. So this is the last thing that I think I will probably try, and this will be with 1 NQ in my opinion. If this short ends up working to the downside, this 5 minute IFEG, I think this will be good at minimum to this low right here. So I'd move my stop to break even when this low hits. Because, I mean, again, guys, I think this is still a feasible opportunity here, the TGAF setup, which now actually is higher. So if I move the wick, oh, I locked this in place, hold on. So now it's up here. I still think it's feasible. Now again, am I going to try it on this leg? I mean, no, but unless we get the 5 in IFEG, then that's the only thing I would try. Oops, let's change this. So another 1 minute short is presenting itself here. If you want to take something with a lower risk, you can try this. I don't think it's A+, but it still doesn't look bad. Again, because right now the 5-minute fair value gap is what's holding up price. So unless this closes below, I don't think the market structure has really changed here. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Ooh. Okay. All right, this actually looks pretty decent. So we've swept London high. We have a 5-minute IFEG here. I think this is a really good short if we can close below. Again, if and only if we can close below. So let's see if this ends up holding, guys. What do we think? Okay, looks pretty good so far to the downside. Let's see if it holds, though. Again, if the 5-minute closes below, guys, that will be an entry for a short, in my opinion. It's the last bullish PD ray holding up price. Stop would go to break even at this low right here. And yeah. But so far it is holding, so. Okay, that looks really good so far. Let's see if that ends up holding. Again, we need to see a 5-minute close, which is 2 minutes away. So what they might do here, guys, is just dump the market without actually giving us the close. Again, does that give me an entry? No. So we'll see what happens. We got 2 minutes left, guys. 1 minute left until the close. Looks like they're just going to leave it without giving us an entry. Hopefully not. Is anybody... Well, why would I even ask that? There's no reason to be in this short right now, guys, because there's no entry, but this will probably end up just collapsing all the way down to these equal lows if I had to guess. Again, guys, I already took 2 trades today. One was a break even, one was a win and a break even. I'm green on the day. It's a Friday. Am I going to chase price? No, 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 no. I'm not going to do that. But if this is going to play out, it's going to play out. Right? This really should just completely collapse here. We should not stall at this low. This 5-minute fair value gap right here should not hold if we're bearish, right? We should just completely collapse below it, sweep this low, go down here, and maybe go down to the 20%. So we're now trading into the 5. This needs to completely dump. We do not want to see this hold. But now we have to wait another 5 minutes for this one, right? So my guess is that they're just going to completely smoke this all. Wow, what a move, what a move. All right, the equal lows are probably coming out, guys. We'll see. Wow, look at that dump. Look at that dump. Crazy. So let's see if we end up getting it. What a collapse. Equal lows right here. Let's see if we get them. Let's see. What do you guys think? Are we gonna get them or no? Who's in a short right now? Again, I didn't call anything. I just said, you guys, if this ends up inversing, that we're probably gonna go to the downside here. Wow, guys, the chat really is not active today, huh? I don't know if it's a Friday or you guys are all red, but Zach took the short, bro. Zach, I love to see that you're winning, but I'm telling you, bro, if you keep that up, eventually you're going to get your accounts blown. I'm telling you, bro. Guys, if you keep up taking things... Okay, so Charlie took it. Javier took 2 at 160, out at 120. Nice. If you guys keep taking call-outs when there's no setup, it's not even a call-out. I'm just telling you guys where I think the market's going to go. If you keep doing that, you're going to get smoked. I'm not always right, as you can see. I oftentimes make the wrong prediction, but I only take a model when the model presents itself. There was no confirmation on that trade at all. Like 0. The 5 minutes still hasn't even closed below. We still have another 2 minutes till the close, by the way, guys. See that, how we wicked? If this holds, guys, then this is probably going to go all the way back up to the upside, so. On the 1 minute, it was an upside fall auction. On the 1 minute, it was an upside fall auction. What a word, bro. Javier, I have one question. What the hell is an upside fall auction? Fail auction. Upside fail auction. Guys, what does that mean? Sorry, I can't read, by the way. I'm illiterate. So, again, guys, we have 1 minute till the close. I don't like that we just wicked like this before sweeping this low. This could just hold and we can go all the way back to the upside. Alright, the chat's getting a little bit more active now. I'd love to see that. So guys, this 5 minute, again, if it closes below, this should continue down, but I don't like that we wicked like this. That's the only thing. But if you want to take a short, the risk is high. You'd have to keep your stop above this, basically the body of this candle, to end up getting to the equal lows, which I don't think is great. But it did close below, so technically this is still a short, but we'll see if it ends up working or not. Doesn't look like it. We'll see though. Yeah, so if you guys are in this, guys, you basically have to pray that this doesn't end up just completely pushing up. But basically this 5 minute high is where I would expect the market to at least reject from. We don't want to see it come back to here. So we'll see. So this is the type of 5 minute, guys, that I personally do not take. Why is that? Because the stop on this trade is massive. It's not just this 5 minute fair value gap. You have to worry about this 5 minute IFEG too. So what they could do is bring the market all the way back up to this fair value gap's high and then dump it. They could completely inverse it and go back to the upside. You have to be so careful with this stuff. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. We'd have to pray that this woman at IFEG fails back to the downside to sweep the equal lows, but looks like they're probably just going to deliver it all the way back up. I don't know at this point, guys. Again, there's nothing that I'm taking that's A+, so... You see how they do the thing? So this is a pretty decent looking inverse, right? And they come all the way really close to the sell side and they never sweep it. Then they bring the market all the way back up. This is a very manipulated day. And yeah, so. Buyers couldn't keep the price from going up, plus the order block on the 1 minute and the initial balance high retest and the value area high that's 4 confluence. Buyers couldn't keep the price from going up. That to me is not a real thing. That's just like, that's nonsense talk. Plus the order block. Order block, I agree, that's a concept. So that's 1 confluence. Initial balance high retest, I don't know what that is. But if that's a confluence for you, by all means. The value area, I don't use value areas. I don't really know what they are. But that's 3 confluences. But if it works for you, Javier, it works for you. I just wasn't sure what a... upside fail auction was. Do. So I think I'm gonna make a rule, guys. You can't use the terminology buyers and sellers in this Discord, in this YouTube. If you use that, I'm kicking you out off the YouTube channel. There's no such thing as buyers and sellers in these markets. Okay, if you use that terminology, that's it. You're cooked. Okay, so they almost brought us back up to this high. Maybe they reject it from here. I don't know. And I'm just kidding, Javier. Guys, if you have a profitable model, just keep using it. Again, just because I don't understand your terminology doesn't mean anything, right? If you make money with it, that's all that matters. Exactly. Yep. Exactly, Javier. Okay, so it looks like we're potentially getting the rejection here. Stopping out traders who entered on this red candle, or maybe these few. Then we have a woman at IFEG here. This could work to the downside, I'm not gonna lie, but again, I'm not entering on this, guys. It's not my model. Do, 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 do. Alright, so let's see what happens here. So there is a 1 minute fair value gap here that's holding up price. If this rejects the downside, I would not be surprised to see these equal lows now. So we'll see if we get it. Just crazy how they left low, 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 and they didn't sweep it. That is like such pure manipulation here. So if this woman ends up closing below, guys, I think this is a pretty good short. But only if it closes below. So you can see that we're reacting bullishly from this 1 minute fair value gap. Again, until this closes below, nothing to me tells me that we're still bearish. Whoops. We did get the close below these 2 5 minutes, which is a good sign. We do have all this LRLR right here on the 1 minute. We have the equal lows. We have the data lows from earlier today. We have the pre-market lows. We have the 20, 30% retracements. So all that is great confluence, don't get me wrong. But we need to see confirmation. Wait, Command Z, what the? If I pull this up. Oh, let's go to the weekly candle, sorry. Okay, it's still at the high. All right, that's fine. Let me lock this in place. Also, guys, the TGIF setup that I always talk about in the Discord, that can happen on a Monday as well. So we could see the TGIF happen on Monday instead of today. And we could just react bullishly today. So we'll see. I'll add it, Zach, in one of the new videos, but low resistance liquidity is just a fancy word for like a trend line. So you guys can see the trend line here that's kind of forming. Right, and then like today we swept, we basically left 3 perfect lows like this. This is like a really perfect trend line right here that's formed. It's called a low resistance liquidity run. So when the market is bearish and we have LRLR to the downside, it normally just runs it super fast. Low resistance. Versus to the upside, we also kind of have some LRLR here. It's kind of like this trend line, right? So when the market ends up being bullish, we're going to just completely sweep through all of this. So we'll see what happens. Does that make sense, Zach? So like if this 1 minute closes below, I think that we're probably going to dump through all this. Okay, so there's the close below. I'd love to see all this collapse now. Again, it's a manipulated day and they've left these lows, so I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if this is a fake down move, but I still think it's probably going to work. Again, the thesis behind it, the 5 minute close below, right here and right here. And yeah, I just want to see the market just dump. But we'll see. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. My cleaning lady's here. Hey, shush, shush. All right. So we'll see if this ends up working, guys. Again, is it A+? In my opinion, no. Just because of the manipulation on the day. It could easily still work, but if this closes back above, guys, then this obviously is going to be invalidated. So, a few seconds till the candle close. And if you're in this short, guys, this is an invalid trade now because we closed back above, right? There's also so much LRLR to the upside now. I would not be surprised to see this pump here. But again, I'm not in any more trades, guys. I've already taken 2 on the day. One was a break even, one was a win and a break even. So That's it. Oh my goodness. So my cleaning lady brought her daughter today, and my dog is not used to the daughter, so. Hey, 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 hey. Shh. Shh. Shush, Lulu. Alright, so this internal high got swept now. This is probably going to take out all of this, but we'll see. We shall see. If this ends up closing below now, that's going to be wild. But we'll see what happens. Again, guys, there's no setup anymore. This was a short, but you can see it's invalidated when we closed above right here. That's where you close out the trade. And now you wait for the next leg of price. Don't let the market chop you around. Imagine if this rejects right now. That's going to be crazy. We just left. Are these perfect equal highs? No, we missed this high by a tick. But yeah, guys, at this point, I've taken my trades for today. Am I interested in taking anything else? Absolutely not. So if you guys have not taken a trade today, you can wait for something A+, and I will call it if I see something. But for now, definitely nothing A+. Once we start closing below fair value gaps and above them like this, these inverses, this tells me that price action is probably going to be bad. So Let's take a look at the indices quick and see what everything else is doing. How about ES though? Let me just see what ES is doing. So ES rejected twice from its true day open. ES looks weaker than NQ. They're about the same actually. Is there an SMT 1057, 1109? Yeah, so there is an SMT with ES. We made a lower high on NQ and a higher high on ES. This could still dump us. This could definitely still dump us, but this could just be a manipulation before actually going lower. But we'll see. Again, guys, there's no more setup for me today. No more setup, right? Okay, so that's that. AMD doing the best of all of the, I guess, high ticket tickers that I'm looking at, including the Mag 7, QQQ, SPY. Tesla's down 1.5%. Bullish reaction from that sell side that I was telling you guys about. Wow. Huge push. Was that from earnings? Wow. So we do have a bullish a bearish PD array here that is technically still rejecting, but if we end up closing above this, guys, wouldn't be surprised if that takes us all the way back up to the 50% of that daily fair value gap that I told you guys about. Always put the mean thresholds. That's also aka the same thing as 50%. Fibonacci from the high to the low of the fair value gap. You can see that this is that level right there. So if we end up closing above, guys, do not be surprised if we go all the way back up there. But today was definitely a manipulated day. I really wanted these equal lows, and once, not twice, but 3 times they ended up dumping the market before never taking out each individual low before it and then pushing it higher. So this is what I call manipulation to the max. And you can see it forms kind of like a trend line here. And if they dump it now, there's nothing I can do, guys. Sometimes the model loses, like in this case. Yeah, I didn't take this personally. I don't like taking this type of a woman IFEG when there's no liquidity swept to the upside, but in this case, it seems to still be working. But you can see that we close below, then close back above. Am I interested in being part of this now? No. 0%. How's crypto doing today? Bitcoin at 96. Riot down. Guys, I also booked profits on the puts that I sold in the Discord. I ended up getting like close to 70% profits on these. And there are 14 days left on the contract. I got almost 70% in like 2 days instead of 14. So if you guys wanted to book those profits, I think this is the time. Okay, this ends up dumping here. That's going to be real nice, but again, if you were in this 1 minute short, guys, you should be stopped out of the trade and you should not be re-entering on this leg. No liquidity was swept. We left perfect equal highs up here. Right here. There's no reason to be in this short. Okay, so it looks like they are dumping it. Again, pay attention to all these lows, the LRLR here that I said. Again, this is manipulation, guys. They try to stop people out with this candle. This is the entry for the short. They ended up closing it back above. Again, you should have been out of the trade right here. And now if they deliver it, what can I do, right? It doesn't, every single day, guys, the model does not work perfectly. There was a pretty good entry over here with an SMT with ES. But nothing I'm interested in, guys. I already took my 2 trades in the day. I'm not trying to take another one. It's a Friday. We're green. We don't need to be forcing trades. I'm happy to still call out PA and see what I see, but I know that when this happens where we close below and close above, I don't like to stay in price action. I don't like to be in a trade. There's no reason to be. This is the market revealing its hand that the price action is likely to be choppy and not deliver cleanly. Guys, also, if you're in the stream and you haven't liked the stream, there's like 11 people in here. Make sure you like it. It helps the algorithms. I appreciate it if you guys could do that. If you're not enjoying the stream, make sure you give it a thumbs down, okay? Don't like it. Give it a thumbs down if you're not enjoying the stream. If you're red because you clicked a bunch of buttons and didn't listen to me, also make sure you dislike the stream because it's my fault, not yours. Doot, doot. Also, guys, I'm going to post, I'm sure most of you in here are already in the Discord, but I'm going to post a link to the community if you guys want to join. We're running a free 3-day trial, but I also want to post my X account and my Instagram. I need, especially Instagram, guys, I need more followers on Instagram. I don't know why, but my Instagram, for whatever reason, does not gain any traction. My YouTube and my X seem to, but my Instagram does not. So if you guys have an Instagram, make sure you follow me. I'm going to post it right now. See what I'm saying, guys? We close above, close below, close below, close above. Now, this is terrible price action. You see how this candle right here gave me an indication? This candle and then these 2 candles right here. This told me that price action was going to be bad now. Now we're probably going to go back up to these equal highs, maybe sweep this high, then maybe go lower later. This is all manipulation right here. And the reason IFEGs are so good is because they give you a hint that this is going to happen. Close below, close back above. This, to me, is a signal that price action is going to be shitty. And it's a signal for me to leave. Basically, I would leave the charts right now if I wasn't live streaming. There's no reason to be watching this. Basically, what they're probably going to do now is either deliver the market up here and then up here, or they're just going to chop it around, generate more liquidity for the day, and then maybe dump it later to the equal lows. We'll see. I have a feeling, guys, if we don't sweep these equal lows today, then Monday we're going to have some kind of an accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So it will look something like we're going to accumulate in the London and Asia session. Then at 9:30 open, we're going to manipulate to the upside, trap a bunch of traders, and then dump it all the way down to the lows. So it'll look something like this on Monday morning. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Oh, so guys, again, if I wasn't streaming now and I don't really have much to do until a couple hours from now, I would be off the charts so long ago. I'd be touching grass. I'd be going outside. There's no reason to be looking at this stuff right now. This is BS price action. And do you guys understand? Type 1 if you understand this. Inverse fair value gap, close below, close back above. Do you guys understand that this signature in the market reveals to you that price action is going to be choppy? Does that make sense to you guys? If the inverse fair value gaps don't work to the downside, and we close back above them, it's very likely that this ends up happening in the market. Barcoding. Good, Zach understands. But yet Zach just clicks the button anyways, bro. Instead of just taking his own setups. Okay, Charlie understands it. Nice. Zach basically says he understands things, but then he's just like, I'm too lazy to come up with my own setups. I'm just gonna click the button when Oaf says so, even if I'm 30 minutes late to the trade, I'll still just take it, and if I lose, big whoop. Definitely not smart, Mr. Brooks, but you guys do you. No, I'm not the guru, and I told you guys already. I am not always right. Literally today you've seen me call the wrong things. I said that when this candle closed, we're probably going to go down here to the LRLR, and we ended up closing back above. But immediately I correct my errors and I cut the trade. Again, I didn't take this personally because I had 2 trades already today, but still. So the equal highs are probably coming now. There's a touch of them again. Even potentially at, I mean, maybe they even leave it at 3 and they dump the markets. Who knows? Who knows, guys? Okay, so they just swept the equal highs. So there's 10 people or 11 people in here and only 2 people understand what I just said. Are you guys all just dumb? You guys don't get it? Close below, close back above. So there is a tiny 1-minute inverse here. Would I take this? Guys, no. But who knows? It might work. Swept the equal highs, and now we have our sell side below us. So maybe this ends up being what dumps us here, but again, nothing that I'm interested in taking. I am done for the day. Also, guys, if you took a losing trade today, ooh, is this what they're gonna use to dump the markets? This little 1 minute inverse? What the heck? So we did technically close below 1 minute here, but we're trading into another bullish 1 minute. Again, guys, this is not something you want to be a part of. Trust me. Trust me. If you took a losing trade today, and you're not scared to admit it, tell me the time of the trade and what you took, and I'll review it for you and explain to you why it was bad or why it was good. Some losing trades are good, right? Some losing trades are good. So I actually think there's a really good play on this company, Win. So I already said this earlier in the stream, but I'm going to make a write-up on this company in a little bit. I think there's a pretty decent setup coming here. Is this on a logarithmic? Interesting. What else is doing well today? SoFi pushing. Also, another thing I'm going to do a write-up on is TLT. This will come in the Discord in a little bit. But also something very interesting playing out with bonds. So I really like a setup for bonds as well for the coming weeks, or coming months, I mean. Sheesh. You guys see an example of sell-side liquidity getting swept in an immediate bullish reaction? Look at Mondelez International. Huge push-up after that sell-side was swept. Wow, this is such lame price action. Okay, guys, I think that's it. We've had an amazing week. Green Wednesday, green Thursday, green Friday. I think small loss on Monday. So amazing week in the markets. Nothing to complain about. We live to see another day. Now we're chopping, and we know why. We've explained it in the live stream. And yeah, so from here, I could care less what happens today. If we get a setup down to these equal lows after sweeping this buy side, maybe we can call it in the I'll call it in the live call out section. Zach, if you see that live call out, you better not be entering when we are all the way down here. You better be entering when I make the call out. But for everyone else that follows discipline rules, then yeah, we'll see you in a live call in the Discord, hopefully. Donnie Cash, see you in the Discord, bro. Oh, Donnie, I didn't know you were part of it. Actually, I haven't. There's been quite a few people that have been joining recently. But what's your name, Donnie, in the Discord, just so I remember? Yes, sir, Robert. We're still on. I was just saying we're about to be done. Zach says I won't. I've learned my lesson. Okay. Donnie, what's your username in the Discord again? Sorry, guys, I can't keep track of the names in. Oh, he's Chulok. Okay. All right, Donnie, I'll see you guys in the Discord. If I see anything again, guys, I'll call it. If you've already taken 2 trades today and you're green like me, please don't take it. Just be done for the week. We'll have another setup next week. Trust me, it's much better just to be done. And yeah, so I wish you guys the best, and I will see you guys in the Discord. All right, have a good weekend, guys.